Did you know that many teenagers face deep emotional challenges that often go unnoticed by the adults around them? Adolescent depression is a growing and alarming reality, but its signs are frequently mistaken for the normal changes of this life stage. Parents, teachers, and caregivers play a crucial role in the early identification of these symptoms, often serving as the key to preventing more serious situations from developing. In this video, we will explore the most common symptoms of depression in teenagers and share practical strategies to recognize warning signs. Our goal is to help you take proactive steps, offering support and creating a safe and welcoming environment for young people. How many times have you noticed a teenager in a bad mood and thought it was just a phase? We will demonstrate how this type of behavior can be a silent cry for help, highlighting the importance of being observant and informed. By the end of this video, you will feel more prepared to identify the signs and act confidently, helping teenagers face tough times with the support they need. Adolescence is a time of intense changes, marked by discoveries, challenges, and often emotional turbulence. During this period, parents and teachers frequently encounter behaviors that are difficult to interpret. How can one distinguish a bad day from something more serious, like depression? This question is more common than it seems, but neglecting the signs can have profound consequences. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, depression is one of the leading causes of disability among young people aged 10 to 19. What makes the situation even more concerning is that many teenagers face these difficulties without knowing how to express what they are feeling. They might mask sadness with irritability or isolation, further confusing the adults around them. In a context where academic performance, social relationships, and even self-care can be affected, the signs of depression often go unnoticed. For instance, imagine a teenager who starts avoiding friends, loses interest in hobbies, or experiences drastic mood changes. To many, this may appear to be just part of growing up, but it could also be indicative of something more serious. This is where the attention of parents and teachers becomes critical. Recognizing that these changes might be linked to mental health is the first step in offering help. At the same time, we live in a society that still carries significant stigmas around mental health. Statements like, "It's just laziness," or "They need more discipline," perpetuate the idea that emotions are weaknesses, when in fact, they are important signals that require attention. It's essential to dismantle these misconceptions and address depression as a legitimate and treatable issue. Understanding the context transforms the way we view teenagers' behavior. More than ever, there is a need to create space for open and judgment-free conversations, recognizing that depression can be silently present, though not invisible. Depression in teenagers can be subtle, often masked by behaviors that seem typical for this stage of life. However, there are specific warning signs that, when carefully observed, may indicate the presence of this condition. Recognizing these signs is the first step in providing support and ensuring that teenagers do not face these challenges alone. Emotional symptoms are often the hardest to identify. Teenagers may exhibit persistent sadness, constant irritability, or a sense of emptiness that seems unending. Unlike a bad day or a temporary frustration, these feelings are intense and prolonged, affecting how the teen interacts with the world around them. It's important to remember that depression doesn't always manifest as visible sadness. Irritability may be the primary sign, especially in teenagers. Behavioral symptoms, on the other hand, are usually more apparent to adults. A previously social teenager may start isolating themselves, avoiding friends and activities they once enjoyed. Drops in academic performance, excessive procrastination, and frequent school absences may reflect an internal struggle. Another concerning behavior is self-harm, which can be a way for the teen to cope with emotional pain. Though harder to detect, abrupt changes in social media use, such as posts about loneliness or indirect messages of despair, are also critical signs. Additionally, physical changes may accompany depression. Significant appetite changes, whether eating too much or too little, can directly reflect emotional states. Sleep patterns are another essential indicator. Depressed teenagers may experience insomnia or oversleep without feeling rested. Constant fatigue, unexplained aches, and lack of energy are other clues that should not be ignored. For example, imagine a teenage girl who was once passionate about music but suddenly stops practicing or avoids performances. Or a boy who used to be the center of attention among his friends but now prefers to stay alone in his room. These behaviors should not be dismissed as just phases. Instead, they warrant closer and more empathetic attention. Another crucial point is to observe how these signs accumulate over time. A single behavior might not be alarming, but the combination of several signs, such as constant irritability, isolation, and changes in sleep habits, could indicate depression. Here, the consistency and duration of symptoms matter. If these signs persist for weeks or interfere with daily activities, it's time to seek help. Parents and teachers, by recognizing these signs, have the opportunity to intervene before the situation worsens. It's essential to remember that every teenager is unique, and the signs may vary. However, empathy and attention to detail are powerful tools for identifying depression in its early stages. Recognizing the signs of depression in teenagers requires more than just superficial attention. It demands practical strategies to help identify concerning behaviors, especially since many young people do not express their feelings directly. Parents and teachers, as key figures in their lives, play a central role in this process. One of the most effective strategies is to establish open and judgment-free communication. This means creating an environment where the teenager feels safe to share their emotions and thoughts. Simple questions like, "How have you been feeling lately?" or "Is there something bothering you?" can open important doors. However, it's crucial to listen attentively, without interrupting or immediately trying to correct what the teen is expressing. Another practical approach is observing patterns over time. Instead of focusing on isolated behaviors, try to identify recurring changes. For example, if a previously cheerful teenager starts avoiding social gatherings and exhibits constant fatigue, these behaviors should be noted. Keeping a journal or documenting these changes can help provide a clearer perspective on the situation. Teachers, who interact with teenagers daily, are also in a unique position to notice changes in academic performance or classroom behavior. Discussing observations with other educators or coordinators about a specific student can provide valuable insights. Similarly, parents can seek information from coaches, group leaders, or other adults who interact with the teenager regularly. Pay close attention to subtle clues in daily life. Casual comments like, "Nothing ever seems to go right," or "I'm always tired," could reflect a deeper internal struggle. These moments are opportunities to delve deeper into conversation, showing the teenager that they are not alone. Another crucial point is demonstrating empathy in practice. Instead of trying to fix what the teenager is feeling, validate their emotions. Phrases like, "I understand that this feels hard for you," or "If you need anything, I'm here," reinforce a sense of support and may encourage the young person to open up more. Finally, it's essential to remember that identifying symptoms does not mean taking on the role of diagnosing. The goal is to build trust and, when necessary, refer the teenager to a mental health professional. Parents and teachers don't need to have all the answers, but their actions can be the first step in transforming a young person's life. After recognizing the signs of depression in a teenager, the next step is crucial, acting proactively and strategically to provide the necessary support. At this stage, parents, teachers, and caregivers can make a significant difference by connecting the young person to appropriate solutions and helping them build a path to recovery. The first step is to initiate an open and welcoming conversation. Choose a calm moment and a comfortable environment to approach the teenager. Phrases like, "I've noticed some changes in you lately. Would you like to talk about it?" can create space for dialogue. It's important to avoid accusatory or judgmental tones, allowing the teenager to feel safe sharing what they're going through. Next, validate the young person's feelings. Even if what they express seems trivial to an adult, never downplay their pain or compare them to others. Phrases like, "This feels serious to you, and I'm here to help," demonstrate empathy and reinforce trust. Showing that you believe in what they're feeling can be a huge relief for the teenager. Another essential step is seeking professional help. Depression is a health condition that requires support from specialists, such as psychologists and psychiatrists. Explain to the teenager that seeking help is not a sign of weakness but an act of courage. Assist them in finding professionals they can connect with, and if possible, be part of the initial process to show your support. Additionally, explore available support networks. Schools can be an important ally in this process, providing guidance and adapting expectations as needed. Local organizations, support groups, and even family friends can play significant roles in strengthening the network surrounding the teenager. Every point of support contributes to a sense of belonging and care. At the same time, parents and teachers should be prepared to face initial resistance. Many teenagers may hesitate to accept help out of fear of being judged or feeling hopeless. Patience is key in these situations. Show that you are by their side every step of the way, respecting their time and needs. Finally, Maintain regular communication and active follow-ups. Help doesn't end with the first consultation or conversation. Regularly check in on how the teenager is feeling and stay alert for any changes in behavior. Demonstrate that they are not alone on this journey and that a network of people is ready to support them. When dealing with teenagers who may be facing depression, it's common for parents and teachers, even with the best intentions, to make mistakes that hinder the support process. Identifying and avoiding these pitfalls is essential for ensuring effective and sensitive assistance. One of the most frequent mistakes is minimizing symptoms. Phrases like, "that's just drama," or "teenagers always act this way," not only invalidate the young person's feelings but can also reinforce the idea that they shouldn't seek help. It's vital to remember that, for the teenager, their emotions are real and intense and need to be treated with seriousness. Another common mistake is pressuring for immediate changes. Expecting the teenager to return to normal quickly can cause additional stress and anxiety. Depression is a complex condition that requires time, patience, and appropriate interventions. Instead of demanding quick results, provide ongoing support and encourage every small step forward. Additionally, avoiding conversations about the subject is a major misstep. Often, out of fear of saying the wrong thing or making the situation worse, adults end up ignoring clear signs that the teenager needs help. However, silence can be interpreted as disinterest or a lack of understanding. Addressing the topic with sensitivity and honesty is always the better approach. Another critical point is stigmatizing mental health, either directly or indirectly. Comments like, "that's weakness," or "you just need to toughen up," perpetuate harmful stereotypes and can cause the teenager to withdraw even further. Replace these attitudes with supportive messages, reinforcing that seeking help is a sign of courage, not weakness. Lastly, avoid assuming you can handle everything alone. While parents and teachers play essential roles, the assistance of qualified professionals is indispensable. Recognizing that you don't need to have all the answers demonstrates maturity and can be a decisive step in the teenager's recovery. These mistakes, though common, can be avoided with awareness and empathy. Acting with care and sensitivity makes all the difference in supporting teenagers through challenging times. Recognizing the symptoms of depression in teenagers is not an easy task, but it is a crucial step in providing the support they need. Throughout this video, we've explored how identifying warning signs, combined with observation strategies and an empathetic approach, can make a meaningful difference in a young person's life. More than simply identifying concerning behaviors, the goal is to create a welcoming environment where teenagers feel heard, understood, and valued. Remember, small gestures, such as having an open conversation or validating their feelings, can be transformative. Don't hesitate to seek professional help when necessary, as depression is a condition that can be treated and overcome with the right support. As parents, teachers, and caregivers, you have the opportunity to be the foundation of support a teenager needs to navigate these challenges. Now, we want to hear from you. Share your questions or experiences about this topic in the comments. If you found this video helpful, like it, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to receive more content like this. Share it with other adults who can make a difference in a young person's life. Together, we can ensure that no teenager faces depression alone.